Is Inter Miami going to win the MLS, Breton?
Well, Inter Miami is the favorite for sure to win MLS Cup, but the cracks are already showing and the season hasn't started.
What?
Inter Miami will start the season this Wednesday, and they will play the first game of the season versus Real Salt Lake, and they've got Luis Suarez. They've got the whole band essentially back together. The biggest thing that we have to remember, though, folks, is that MLS is kind of this closed pocket league, this closed money bag league, where they have not quite given teams enough of financial leeway for them to deepen their rosters, to make sure injuries like the ones to Benja Kuramashi, like the ones to Facundo Farias, like Luis Suarez's knees that are going to be screaming this season when he has to play Leagues Cup or on artificial turf. That is why I say, in a very long-winded way, while Inter Miami are the favorites, absolutely, to lift MLS Cup this season, they will not win MLS Cup this season.
They're going to win it. Messi is the greatest player ever in the MLS. Busquets is one of the greatest CDM ever in football. They got to make it happen. They got to make it happen.
But listen, the cracks are already showing because they're already getting sniffed around in terms of financial issues, irregularities. They have to offload players. The Federico Redondo deal that you and I were so enamored with likely isn't going to happen. And I think it's MLS's fault. I don't think it's Inter Miami's fault. I think it's Major League Soccer's fault. I think we are 2 years away. We're not even 6 months away from holding Copa America here. We're not even 2.5 years away from hosting a flippin' World Cup here. I think it's time to test the financial waters and let these teams deepen the rosters to accommodate the amount of fixtures there's going to play. If Inter Miami, in my opinion, doesn't win MLS Cup this season, they could have probably done some things better, but it's more because Major League Soccer dropped the ball on allowing these teams to build their rosters. It caters towards the deeper teams. In my opinion, I think it's going to be a Columbus repeat or a FC Cincinnati or a Seattle who has gone out and brought in Pedro de la Vega. This league is all about parity, and there is still parity even with Leo Messi on the field.
I believe this might be bold. Seeing Luis Suarez in the Brasileirão, he was one of the best strikers. I expect Luis Suarez to be the top goal scorer of the MLS. With Messi behind him, that's what needs to happen. And I know it's very difficult for Suarez to play each game, but that's the expectations. That's what the world wants to see. Will it happen or not? It seems like it's going to be hard. So you believe that a Columbus, a Cincinnati have a better team than Inter Miami right now? Come on, Messi. They went from the last place team to now being one of the favorites. Come on, Messi. I know. Make the greatness happen. Win the MLS straight away.
Yeah, well, it comes down to, beyond Leo Messi, it comes down to their young guys around them step up, right? Aviles at the back. You've got Noah Allen and Benja Kramashi has to come back from 3. You've got, who's the other guy? David Ruiz. And a name, oh my gosh, Drake Callender. But the name you want to remember on this Inter Miami roster from a young wonder kid perspective is going to be 18-year-old Tyler Hall, center back that is going to definitely play a role this season. And Inter Miami was very smart with their domestic signings, bringing in Julian Gressel, who's a set piece. As far as MLS goes, he's very good on set pieces. But when you got Messi, you don't really need Julian Gressel at that point. But the fact that they've got 2 guys capable of doing it, Gressel has won MLS Cup previously with Atlanta United. He knows how to get it done. Obviously, on paper, man, they are the best team.
And Thiago Almada is a very interesting player at Atlanta United. I think he could be he is in the top 5 best players of the MLS. My last question to you, Breton, it's, will I see at the end of the season top 3 players in the MLS? Lionel Messi, Sergio Busquets, Luis Suarez?
No.
Why not? If they win the MLS, definitely that needs to be the case. Make it happen.
No.
Is it going to be Thiago Almada there?
Thiago Almada will definitely, he's just reporting back to camp, so we'll see what's going on. I think he was expecting a move away from Atlanta United. It never materialized. So could it be? Yes. But are there other great players that are maybe a little less advanced in age than like a Sergio Busquets. Like an Emil Forsberg has looked ridiculous for Red Bull so far to start the season. And then there are younger guys, you can't sniff at Daniel Gazdag at Philadelphia Union, who's gonna play a role. He's gonna play a role for Hungary. He's gonna be at the Euros, very likely. I mean, there are a lot more players. Pedro de la Vega is another Argentine that has joined up in Seattle, and Seattle's a place where they play in front of 50, 60,000 people on a regular. FC Dallas has brought in Petar Musa. I know you don't put Petar Musa and Sergio Busquets in the same sentence very often, but in MLS, in the construct of MLS, he's going to be a very, very good player. And that is, I'm not doing it justice right now, but like Hugo Kuipers, who's come in at Chicago, they spent 12 million plus on him. The purse strings have been opened a little bit, but in terms of the depth, Alex, I'm pissed. I'm pissed at Major League Soccer. I want to see more money for the entire roster, not just those, at the tippy top with this. It is now a time to take a risk for the viability of this league. I feel like it's an opportunity missed this season
You, Bretson, you're an American that wants a strong league to develop strong American players to play against the world's best. And I believe U.S. can do that because you got a ton of talent playing in top teams in Europe, and I see it with a Kevin Paric, with a Gio Reyna now at Forest. Let's wait and see.
Oh, baby. But Josh Sargent, 10 goals in 11 games.
Ooh,
love it.
Going bold.
But listen, you've got other players, Alex, like Alan Velasco. I think he's injured, so he's probably not going to do anything. Talis Magno. I've just brought it up. Cucho Hernandez, who was supposed to go to La Liga this season, and luckily he's stuck around. He just won it with Columbus. Heine Mukhtar, Ricky Puig. And they just brought in Joseph Pencil.
If Ricky Puig finishes above Suarez, Messi, and Busquets in the top 5 of the MLS best players, I'll be shook. Even Mukhtar, I'll be shook. I know he's an MLS legend, but come on, the greatness of these 3 players, I think, will be shown. For one season, at least.
But Busquets did show his limitations last season. This is not a knock on Sergio Busquets at his prime. But, it is not as simple as saying that Busquets on one leg is the best midfielder.
He was
in
the
MLS,
best midfielder
right?
in League's Cup. Busquets.
In League's Cup.
I think he will be.
I'm with you there.
I think it will be. And I think
there.
Busquets will definitely be the best defensive mid in the MLS next season. I'm going to say definitely. Because I think he's the best defensive mid ever in the history of football. But I could be wrong. Yeah. One last season. Let us know down below what you agree or disagree. What's going to be the top 5 in the MLS? Go bold in the comment section. We will answer all of the comments, people. And don't forget to like this video for more videos just like this.